All right, this video is for making contracts and getting them signed. Below in the comments, you'll be able to have the link to where we're going to start here. First off, we're in the website is called pr.transactiondesk.com. Username is Greg at preaz.com. Username is, and we'll sign in. So as we sign in, we'll be able to start pulling the documents we need. On this example, we're going to be doing a residential lease agreement. So this is our dashboard. We're going to go over here to the left and click on Create Transaction. We can choose any transaction name we want. For this example, we're going to be doing Doris B. Transaction type, like I said, residential lease. We can go down here, add us as both the listing agent and the selling agent, or the listing and the buying agent. Then we click create. We're going to need some information, so have that information prepared, whether from most likely it'll be from apartments.com that we're pulling that information. 636 for the street number, B Street, Unit B, city is Avondale. County doesn't matter, but we'll put that in. It's Maricopa. AZ for Arizona, 85323 is the zip code out there. That's pretty much all the information we need. There's other information we can put in, but we do not need it on this. We'll click next. We can skip all this also. This looks good. This shouldn't change. We'll click next. Now the forms. This is where we're going to add in what other forms we need. The lease agreement, the tenant checklist, tenant advisory. So we'll go over here and click add. And we'll click the Arizona Association of Realtors. Scroll down and we're going to look for, first one is the move in, move out checklist. Click on that one. We're going to scroll down a little bit farther, look for a residential lease agreement right here. All right. And I believe we want to grab one more here. Tenant advisory is a really important one. So we'll get all three of those, but we'll go over here and click add. And then click next. And then all we need to do is click done on this. So we've got back to the dashboard, but basically now we can go through and edit all of the documents that we put in there and include all the people's names and what have you. So on this one, we're in the tenant advisory. The tenant's name on this one, Jamil Fitzgerald Carthen. We just go up here and click save and exit. All right, so the next document we're going to move to is the lease agreement. All we need to do is click on the name. And we just want to go through and double check that everything's been filled or what we're missing that needs to be filled in still. As we scroll through, obviously the landlord's on there. We want to put Encore Holdings, LC. Double check tenant's name is correct. On this line item, it kind of goose up where the unit is. So we want to switch that over to here. Number B, Avondale. Refrigerator, range oven, dishwasher, no dishwasher in this one, excuse me, microwave. We can also put comments in here, such as there are coin operated washer and dryer. So we want to repeat the tenant's name here. Keep scrolling down. We don't need a lead base paint because it's new property. Got the move in. We're going to put in here tenant advisory. We'll get the date on here. It's going to be oh, I locked it on accident. Don't click that lock button. So we're going to click on the calendar. It's going to be February 1st, 12 a.m. They're going to move out a year later. It's a year lease. So we're going to go all the way to the end of January of the following year at 11:59 p.m. There is earnest money. There is no earnest money required from this person, so it's not a big deal. We rarely accept earnest money on these agreements. All right, next, their monthly rent is going to be $1,000. We'll add a comma in there to make it look good. We're not adding anything extra for the taxes. Payments are to made to Encore Holdings again at www.partmint.com. We do have a late fee of $50. We give them 5 days grace on that to get the money in. Any bounced checks, our tenant, any bounced funds will be $50. There's no proration on this one because we're starting them on the 1st. If it was the 15th of the month, we could put a proration in a date and then prorate if it's half a month, 3/4 of the month, whatever it is. So initial rent payment, we're going to add that again down here. It's kind of repetitive. Then we're also going to add in that they are doing a security deposit. So the grand total down here for this money, and we want that to us by the 1st. And we're going to be holding it at the landlord, not a broker's trust. We'll keep scrolling in. If we have pets, we charge extra for pets, but this person does not have any pets. We'll also get them keys, permits to the keys. We'll get them, I believe, 2 for the front door, and then 1 key for the laundry, and 1 for their mini storage unit that they get with the property. So the tenant's going to pay for all their utilities, and it says all utilities except for water, wastewater, and trash. We take care of that. It's included in their rent. There's no community association on this property. There's no pool, so we don't have to worry about those. Those aren't applicable. Routine pest, we take care of that. Yard maintenance, we take care of that. But they are responsible for their HVAC filters. That's an important thing we need to remind them to take care of. We'll go through some of the initials and signatures when we get to that point. If we scroll down, the premises was constructed later than 1978, so we want to make sure to check that so we know which one of these to check. The premises does have smoke detectors. It does not have carbon monoxide, as there's no gas on any of these properties. There's no fire sprinklers. We'll keep scrolling down. There are some notes that we want to add in here. I'm just looking at my other computer real quick. So we want to make sure to add the notes. Each property is going to be a little bit different, but on this one, we're just making sure that the monthly rent to begin on 1st of February 2021. And then we want to make sure that we clarify with the late rent that they also have more penalties, that it's not just $50 and they can be as late as they want, but there's additional. So we're going to add that in. I'm just copying. I think I'm trying to copy this. Nope. I'm trying to copy it from another document, but that's not going to work. what we're going to do here is just type it. We just want to make sure that they're getting, this will apply to every single rent we do, or rental property we do, every single lease. Same with smoking. I can spell cigarettes. And then that also applies to the smoking, applies to the, I spell that wrong? Sig. That doesn't look right. Sig. That doesn't look right either. All right. The cigarettes, e-smoking applies to all of our properties. This next section about parking is only for this property and probably a couple other ones, but we're going to be doing covered parking. A single covered parking space is reserved for, let's do unit B. All other uncovered parking first serve for tenants only. Guess on the street. All right, that's pretty much all that we have for this one. We're going to scroll down a little bit more on this. Terms of acceptance doesn't matter. In this situation, they're just going to accept it. Person's name is in here. Information about real estate license, we're going to click both the tenant, not that it really makes a difference. Landlord signature print, landlord name, we're going to put Encore Holdings LLC just for signatures, and that's it. We want to make sure we come back up, save and exit. Last one we have here is the move in and move out checklist. We just want to make sure that it's been filled correctly on there. Yep, Encore Holdings. We're just going to put today's date on here for the acceptance. And then everything else we'll go through and have them, they need to fill it out for us and then sign at the bottom. Save and exit. All right, so next we want to get all these documents signed now that we've finished them up. So we go over to the left here, click the pen sign thing. And it's going to redirect us to another web page that we're going to use. This is one I did as a test earlier. So we want to click add another. I'm going to go, we're not using this old one, we're using the new one. So we want to send to new Authentisign. Signing name, we want to put the person that's signing this document on this one. So I look back at my other page at apartments.com and it's Jamil it's, if you spelled that right, Gerald Carth. And we want to make sure we select the transaction that we're doing. We only have one in there currently, so it's going to be Doris B. And that'll load our 3 documents that we've already done over together. It'll send us over to this other web page. We'll start pulling everything together, make sure all the signatures are in the right place. All right, the page finally loaded, so we're going to add documents or forms. And it's going to have it where we can already go ahead and add all of them. So we have the 3 that we've pulled from that transaction. After I've added them, I click close. Looks like they're all in here. So now we're going to go to the signers and add the participants. First off, we're going to add myself for the landlord on it. Gregory R. Olson. My email, we're going to change that email to the one at encorehomes.com. My role, I'm the landlord. And that's all we have to do. Let's go down here and click save. We'll need to add another participant. You can add it from the transaction, which I haven't done yet. From Google, from contacts, there's a lot of different ways we can add. I'm just going to add new. So that's going to be Jamil. Put his middle initial, last name, Carthen. Email address is carthen.jf@gmail.com. We want to make sure his role's in there. Actually, we're going to skip his role because I'm not sure on this listing. Oh, here we go. Tenant. Down at the very bottom, it's alphabetical. We'll click save. So now we can go through, double check where it has put in everybody's initials and signatures. We want to make sure they're in the right places. We've got his right here. Scroll down a little bit more. Mine and his. Scroll down more. Bottom of each page, we'll have mine and his. Mine and his. His are on all these. We want to delete this one right here. Oh, just click on it and click the garbage can. Oh, I didn't mean to get rid of both those. So we're going to go back. So we're going to go back and click on tools. And we'll select his name. And we just want initials. Shows up right in the middle of the page. We'll just slide it down because we don't need him signing both of those. Double check this page again. Double check the wording. Initials, signature and date. Initials, my signature and my date. Perfect. Let's go through the check-in list. There's not really anything that they're going to sign right now on the check-in list. If there is, we can just delete it. Yep, nothing on there. Because they'll sign that after they've moved in and went through everything. And at the bottom of the tenant advisory, they've got his signature and date. Perfect. So we're going to go up here and click next. We can give it a certain amount of time before it expires. We don't want a whole month. We're going to give them a week. And we can give them reminders every day at 9 a.m. Click send. Then it'll send to both of us for signatures. And then it'll reroute us back to the transaction page that we were originally on where we made the documents. And we can see on here if he signed or not. This is his right here, the Jamil Fitzgerald Carthen. Says it's been sent. And that's it. Easy enough. You can come back and check when they've signed. You can resend it from here.